Hey guys, and welcome to Monter's Market, and welcome to the Cheap to Chic Challenge. That could be a tongue twister if you're not careful. In this challenge, I'm going to show you how to create a wood grain on glass and metal and plastic and pretty much anything you want to create it on. It's a super easy process, and I'm going to jump right in and show you how to do it. But first, I want to introduce you to the host of this challenge, and that is Christy Creates. Her and another young lady that I absolutely adore are doing this challenge today. There will be a playlist in my description to follow to go and watch everyone else that is in this challenge with me. The co-host for Christy Creates is the beautiful Sammy over at Unicorn Dust Designs. Now, when I very first started my YouTube channel, it was mainly because this beautiful young woman right here encouraged me to do so after seeing a couple of things that I created. So I am forever indebted to her. But this is DIY number one. This is going to be a tier tray set. Now, this set is going to be the one that you see here, and then a smaller one that you're going to see in just a second. And these were created with all Dollar Tree items. I literally have $5 in this whole set. $5, that's it. And anybody can do this. It is so extremely easy. Once you get through watching this video, you're going to be like, what? So what I did is I took a set of the burner covers from the Dollar Tree, 3 of the glass candlesticks, and the pizza pan. And this is how I put them together. I took the small burner cover that comes in the set of 2, and I glued it to this glass candlestick with some E6000 and super glue. Not super glue, hot glue. And what the E6000 does is gives it the permanent hold, but the hot glue allows it to stay together until that E6000 can dry. And then for the second piece, I used 2 of the glass candlesticks turned upside down on each other, glued them again with the E6000 and the hot glue, and placed the large burner cover on top upside down, and then the pizza pan. Now you'll see I went ahead and attached those little wood round things that I got from Hobby Lobby. They were, I don't know, pennies. It was very cheap. But I ended up taking them off before I wood grained it and then put it back on. But what you do is you just take it outside and you give it a couple of coats of white spray paint. Now, this is the important part. You need white. I have never tried any other color, but I just can't imagine that it would work. So, you see how sturdy these are. Once that E6000 dries, I mean, I did these a few months ago and they are still holding up, and I am not easy on my stuff. So they've been knocked around and bumped around and they're still perfectly fine. Well, I picked out 4 of these different alcohol inks. I only ended up using 2. I ended up using latte and butterscotch. And this is the easiest process. You cannot mess this up. It is so easy to do. What you want to do is you want to take a dry brush. This is important. You need a dry paintbrush. You want to run a bead of your alcohol ink down like you see me doing here, and then you take your brush and you just brush it. Now, another important part is to go in one direction. You don't want to be going up and down and side to side and round or anything like that, because that's going to mess up your faux wood grain look. As long as you stay in the same direction, going in, like up and down, you just can't mess this up. So what happens with this alcohol ink is, alcohol evaporates very quickly in any form. And all this is colored alcohol, pretty much. So it's going to evaporate and dry very quick with just a few strokes, honestly. So what you see me doing here is taking a bead of this alcohol ink, running it down and then going in one direction. Now, what you want to do is, as you're doing your streaks, you want to stay fairly close, like you see me doing, to where you just put your first streak, and you want to overlap it a little bit on the streak that you just made. There is where you're going to get your actual wood grain look from. As it overlaps and gets a little bit darker, it's going to give you those sort of wood grain looking lines in your projects. Like I said in the beginning, you can do this on glass, which I have for the candlesticks. You can do it on metal, which I have for the pizza pan and the 2 burner covers. And you can do it on plastic, which is something that we're going to get into in DIY number 2. You can do it on literally any material. So you see, it's easy. All you're doing is, making sure your brush strokes stay in the same direction. You can go over it as many times as you like and make it as light or as dark as you like. Now, the little one that I did here, I ended up doing a darker color over this, and I love it. I wish I would have done the bigger one in a darker color, but you'll see whenever I'm finished in just a minute, it looks good either way. But my favorite of the 2 is definitely the smaller one because of the darker color. But that's up to you. You can do any color too. You don't even have to do brown. I have a tumbler that I made in a green wood grain, and it turned out really pretty. So you can do a rainbow. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can use pretty much any alcohol ink color you want to use. And as long as you keep your pattern the same, keep your streaks the same, excuse me, you're going to end up with this faux wood grain look. So just sit back and watch as I finish these tier trays, and note how very, very easy this is to do. And that, my friends, is that. It is that easy. Check it out. This is what it's going to look like when you're done. I love it. I absolutely adore the way these turned out. They are so stinking cute. And once you get them decorated, oh my goodness, they're just adorable. See, that's where I put the little feet back on the bottom. But make sure you leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you've done this before, and if you do, if there are any tips or tricks that I could use. I did try to create me some little knots in there, as you see, and I don't know, I think I could really do a lot better on my knots, but I'm fairly new at this too, so I've only had my channel for about 3 months now, so I am brand new to YouTube. So if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, I would be tickled to death if you would subscribe to my channel and go back and watch some of my other videos and see some different things that I'm doing. I actually made both of these sets when I very, very first started my channel. So my photography is not the best here. especially when I get into this next DIY, you'll see that I was kind of out of camera a little bit, but you hopefully can still see how it works. But anyway, isn't this adorable? Look at the small one compared to the big one in the color. I just love these. And I still have them set up in my kitchen and decorated. And I get so many compliments on this little set. And I love, 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 love it. My kitchen is all done in roosters. It actually has been for about 15 years, but I'm about to change that. Next week, I'm going to give my kitchen a complete remodel to farmhouse. Now, yes, roosters are farmhouse, but this is roosters. Like, it's roosters everywhere. It looks like I'm a rooster breeder in there. Now, this is DIY number 2. These are 3 of the glass, I guess they're vases, flower vases that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and 1 tray. The tray is plastic, and that's where I was talking about a few minutes ago that you can use plastic. Now, the reason I did this set is because I was desperate for some utensil holders in my kitchen. I have my utensils everywhere. They were in this drawer and that drawer, and I never could find anything. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make me some. So here again, I'm using the latte and the butterscotch. And it is the exact same process as we did for the tier trays. You simply go in, you make your streak, you keep your brush in one direction. And I didn't say a minute ago, but you brush until you're not getting any more alcohol ink off of your brush. And that's going to be 5 or 6, 7 swipes, depending on how much alcohol you laid down. But once your brush is not spreading any more of the alcohol ink, then that's when you put your next line of alcohol ink. And it really dries fast. Now, I also dedicate this brush to my alcohol inks. You don't have to do anything special to it once you're finished. You don't wash it out. You don't have to cover it or anything. And you can use the same paintbrush over and over and over for anything that you want to wood grain. So if you do this and you post it, please tag me. I would love to see what you've created with this wood grain look and how it turns out. And I'm hoping that I'm showing you something that you haven't seen before. Now, if you've been on my channel, you have seen both of these before and a couple of other different DIYs. But if this is something that you've never seen before and you do try it, definitely tag me. I would love, 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 love to see what you create with this. But you see how quick and easy this is. This one goes super fast, and I know it's sped up, but it really is so quick and easy to do. And it turns out so stinking cute whenever it's finished. And you can put anything in there. Like I said, I use it for my kitchen utensils, but you could even put some greenery. I think some greenery would be really, really pretty in there. And you can switch it out with the different seasons. And that's it. That's how it turned out. And it was so simple and so easy. And I love, love, love the wood grain look. It matches everything else in my kitchen so well. And whenever I give it my makeover next week, it will still continue to match. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about these 2 projects. Make sure whatever you do, you go down to the playlist in my description and follow everyone else. You can start with mine if you're coming from my channel, or if you're coming from Christy Creates or Unicorn Dust Designs, you can start there. You're going to be able to follow that playlist and watch everybody else and see what we've all created. But thank you for coming to Monter's Market. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing if you're going to be a new subscriber. If you are one of my subscribers already, you know that I love you guys to death, and I appreciate your constant support. You can find Monter's Market on Facebook, Instagram, and here on YouTube, and I would just love the support. Like I said, I'm only 3 months old, I'm still in the 300s for my subscribers. I'm desperately trying to get up to 1,000. So share me, like me, give me big thumbs up and all that good stuff. But thank you, Christy Creates, and thank you, Unicorn Dust Designs, for this cheap to chic challenge. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. And you guys go watch the rest of this playlist. Happy New Year, everybody. Here's hoping that 2021 is much better to us than 2020 was. God bless you all.